Recently, giant octopuses came up, and I was asked if we had giant octopuses underneath our Narrows Bridge. And it's true. There's not just one, but many. To understand, we have to go back a little bit in history here. Originally, there was a bridge, the Narrows Bridge, often referred to as the Galloping Gertie, located right here. Opened up July 1st in 1940. But by November of 1940, whole different story. The bridge lived up to its reputation as the Galloping Gertie. After all, it was the world's third largest suspension bridge at its time of completion. Well, that day of November 7th, 1940, the winds picked up horribly, over 42 miles per hour. This bridge was really built flexible already, so it wasn't very aerodynamic. So when that wind hit, it just shredded the bridge. Fortunately, no humans were injured in this process, but there was a man who was in his car, and he was in there with his dog, and he couldn't get the dog out of the car, and he had to leave the dog behind. And the dog's name was Tubby, and Tubby unfortunately did go down with the bridge. How does this relate to the giant octopuses, you ask? Well, the falling of this bridge in the depth below where the bridge was created a reef unlike any other. The sea life, the octopus, they thrived in this reef they made from the concrete that fell. Many stories came out of that area. One was a boy and his father in a rowboat. They say that an octopus reached in and grabbed the boy right out of the boat. Of course it wasn't true, but by then it had captivated the whole world. It grabbed everybody's attention. So, also, came out of this is a sport that originated here in Tacoma, Washington, and it is the wrestling octopus sport. We were the champions in 1963. Yeah, the divers, in wetsuits, they would dive down there to find the biggest octopus they could find at the bottom, and they'd wrestle it up to the top, and they'd smash it to death on the rocks. Yeah. Not a very good story, but, of course, by 1976, that Protection Act came in, and they no longer were doing that. But they do say, there are octopuses under there over 20 feet. So we do indeed have the giant octopus underneath the Narrows Bridge here. And over 100 pounds. So if you're ever out there boating, swimming, or diving, make sure that you keep your eye out.